What's up, guys? It's Coach Gaglione here. This is another edition of the Powerlifting for the People podcast. We got my man Joe here today. How you feeling this morning? Still waking up?
Yeah, I'm ready to
go.
A little
pre-squat workout ritual. I'm getting some caffeine in me myself.
Trying
not to go too crazy with it, but
some days in the dust.
Some days you just need to pick me up. So you've been a member here for quite some time. Can you just really quickly introduce yourself, who you are, and then what you got going on?
Oh, yeah, my name is Joe Canossa. I was just kind of never really in the lifting scene before. One summer, everyone was kind of getting ready for beach mode and everything like that. And I was like, let's try and get a gym partner and go to the gym.
Just trying to get in shape, getting a little...
Started going with a member here, Mike Bedry, Star Wars as everyone calls him. He ended up sticking around me for a while, told me about this place, and then kind of just been here ever since.
Were you, do you ever play any sports growing up, or were you kind of active or not?
Every time I attempted to go out for a sport, something traumatic would happen.
Just some sort of injury or something?
I went to go play football, came down with meningitis, and then went to go play soccer and got hit by a car. And that's kind of the end of both of them.
Kind of had like a string of bad luck. So
yeah.
You wanted to obviously get in better shape, wanted to improve your fitness. Was there anything kind of like aha moment for you that you wanted to kind of take training a little bit more serious, or what was kind of like the deciding factor?
One of the days we were kind of just messing around at the gym, and I was like, why don't we do deadlifts today? And we just started doing deadlifts, and the weight just kept kind of going up, considering I'd never done a lift like that before. Good. I was like, I want to do something that focuses around
getting stronger
lifts, and just had a blast doing it, and it kind of just became a big passion ever since.
Cool. So obviously you kind of just didn't really have a foundation kind of coming into it, just maybe dabbled in some of the lifts. As you started to progress a little bit, what made you decide to take it a little bit more seriously? You've done a couple of competitions. I know you're still kind of new to competing, but was there like a defining moment or a certain lift or a certain day you can remember where you're like, I really am enjoying this, I want to take this a little more serious, I want to put a little bit more
That was kind of
time
a mixture,
as
the weight went up, there's nothing better than lifting some heavy iron and stuff. But once I started seeing myself change is when I kind of really got addicted to it, and I was like, this is working a lot better than any other gym routine I've ever done before. And that's when I started pushing people like my wife, and I was telling my sister, I've been nagging them since I started to get here. I mean, it took a while, and they both just got here, but...
Yeah, I mean, my dad just did his first workout this past week.
Yeah,
so
I keep trying to nag my dad. I used to work out with him. I'd get up at 5 in the morning. We'd go to Powerhouse Gym down in Merrick, and I was the closest I've ever been to a gym like this before. And he would run me to the point where sometimes I'd be about to throw up.
what is it like training with your family and your wife? And
I'm so happy that my wife started coming. It's a lot of fun being able to we both have the same urge to go to the gym at 5:45 and the different sessions we sign up for. But it was a battle to get her to come here. So it took a while.
I think it's kind of uneasy and things like that.
They got that stigma that powerlifting is just that's what it's turning you into, and I was like, it's not. It's just going to make you strong. There's nothing wrong with being strong.
What are some change? I know obviously you came in, you've put on a lot of strength. You're approaching a 600-pound deadlift. You just squat over 500 pounds for the first time a couple, I guess a month or two ago.
Yeah.
What has been some of the progress like, and what has that kind of journey been like for you to kind of go from more of just a newbie level, and now you're hitting some kind of respectable?
It's certainly it's a lot more, I guess, serious now. As when I was starting here, I was I wasn't sure how long I'd make it, if things would improve. So I guess once everything started moving, I used to joke around with skipping out on the warm-ups here or there. I'd get here late.
Not taking it as serious.
But now that everything's I'm realizing that hey, I could actually do this. I'm actually doing rather well. I've been starting taking outside stretching a lot more seriously and all that stuff, just so I'm prepared for something like that. Because the few times I got hurt when I couldn't lift was a little screw up. My mind was pretty upset with me.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. As you start to see more progress and results, that kind of gets addicting, and you want to take it a little more serious. So you start taking a little bit more care of yourself. You start to pay attention to
injury isn't something that I want to happen.
Making sure your form is good, making sure you're prepped, you're doing movement preparation and things like that. So I think people can take those things for granted, but obviously your numbers are going up, but also it's a reason for you to get to the gym. It keeps you more consistent. It's a little bit more fun. So
I was sick a few weeks ago, and I was just I want to push myself to go today, but I didn't feel like infecting everybody else here, so I waited out a couple days, and then I came back and had one of the best deadlift sessions I've had in easily the past 2 months. So
nice.
that was nice. It was a good reliever of all the stresses from the few days I couldn't come here.
So one of the reasons I wanted to get you on, because, obviously you started off like very, kind of average, vanilla, and like I said, now you're hitting some really respectable numbers. What advice do you have someone who maybe is on the fence, or they're not really sure if they're, like you said you had a lot of sickness, injuries, you're kind of injury prone, accident prone. There are people like that, but so what's some advice for someone who's maybe on the fence, or they're a little bit
for me
uneasy
it
about
was
coming
like,
to the gym for the first time?
For me it was like a personal gain too, as I used to battle sciatica because I was a lot heavier. I was pushing like 300 before I came here. So the fact that as I continued lifting, that got better. I realized like that, hey, this is building my body stronger. It's making me feel better. If more people would just, be willing to experience it, I think, a lot of the injuries people let hold them down would all of a sudden become, things of the past. They'd be pushing forward. And it's just that, no matter what you fail, because, I failed my bench, I don't know how many times trying to push 225, and then, just determination to keep going and going and going.
Yeah,
and now I'm approaching 300.
And now that's the weight.
Little, but I'm getting there.
Now that's the weight you're repping out, which is great. So, I think it's true. And we use my mom as an example a lot. She's over 60 years old, and I think a lot of people are worried about getting injured, but actually being stronger, especially in the right way, in the right good technique, good movement patterns, good mechanics. It can make you more resilient. And if something does go wrong, if you do get out of position, you have the strength to kind of get back in a good position. So I think that's really true. And obviously, like anything else, like it's dose dependent. You can take it too far.
You always run yourself
it's like
down,
do you have the ability to do the exercise? Can you own the movement? Can you own the range of motion? And how much can you tolerate it? So if you think about like those three factors, then that's going to be a really good just kind of general rule of thumb. Because I think one of the reasons why we call this podcast Powerlifting for the People is obviously you can take it very elite, you can take it very serious, you can take it risky, but you could also do it on a more recreational level. It could be a great way to improve your overall health and fitness.
I like floating between that level.
Yeah, so I think it's good. I think it's good.
I love the competition.
I think it's good to have a healthy competition within yourself, but also be patient and trust the process and don't get ahead. We always like to say stay in your lane. Folks don't worry about if you see someone on Instagram deadlifting 800 and focus on just those 5 pound, 10 pound PRs and keep chipping away. And I think over time, then you see it. And as you can see, I remember the first time
400 was a goal for me.
400 was a goal, and then 500 was a goal. And now, like I said, you picked up 570 really strong not too long ago. Moved really good. So it's
It's another thing for me is that I'm very happy my deadlift,
especially
thriving as well as
the
it
lower
is
back
with the injuries I had.
Yeah,
especially getting at the beginning of this year, getting hit by the car. Well, no, getting in that car accident when my back was just tweaked again. And I was wonderful. I was starting from square zero. But due to building up that strength over time, it recovered faster. And I was just back at it again, like nothing ever happened.
One of the other things I just wanted to kind of comment about, since you are a local member here, the difference between kind of just going to the commercial gym and actually doing the team workouts, training in a group.
You can't beat it.
What's the advantage of that, and what do you see as a benefit to training with a team? Versus
everyone's got your back, so nothing makes a lift kind of more enjoyable to hit and or do when you got a bunch of people cheering you on and screaming at you. And in my experience at a personal gym, you usually have some guy tapping on your shoulder saying, "Oh, hey, you done the squat rack yet, bro?" Instead of
not really getting
being nice lift and nothing like that.
Yeah.
I was actually at a commercial gym yesterday. We went and just did some basic arms and things like that.
Extra work.
And it's like no one talks to anyone in there.
Yeah, everyone's kind of
everyone's got their headphones on, one track mind.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of stupid things too, where if they were training with a team, perhaps they'd get corrected on.
They actually get some coaching and stuff.
Improve. We were trying to help my brother-in-law and Steve's girlfriend's brother yesterday. We were showing them some of the things they could do, build strength. And I actually think I'm chipping away at my brother-in-law, and he'll probably be joining here soon too.
It's great, and I think that the more people get involved, Mark Bell always says you want to be more inclusive, less exclusive. So you get the family involved, get your friends involved. And I think when you train together with a team, or if you can find a group of training partners and consistent training partners, you have that support, you have eyes on you, people are going to kind of help guide you along the process. And there's going to be times where you don't feel like lifting, where you're kind of feeling down on yourself, and you have people to lean on for support, and you could also offer support.
I know there's plenty of days where at work I'm just dreading, oh man, got heavy squats day, and as soon as I get here, 5 minutes in warm-ups, let's go, it's heavy squat day.
Yeah, and I think
it's time
just
to roll.
when you're with when you're training with like-minded people that all are training for the same or similar goal, that's definitely a really positive experience, and just having that support, just being in a right environment, I think could really like foster a lot of success.
I don't think
I
I could ever train outside of like a team environment like ever again. I've gotten too used to it. I like the whole vibes that it brings, so I think that's going to be like my set training method for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. So I think that, obviously if you're Long Island area, we'd love to have you. If you want to check out the links below, shoot me an email, gagleonestrength@gmail.com if you guys want to try us out. And Powerlifting Watch is a great resource. You can check out powerliftingwatch.com. There's powerlifting friendly gyms. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out. Obviously, like you can shoot someone a message on social and things like that. There's a lot more opportunities for team training. There's a lot more opportunities to train with powerlifting groups. So we highly recommend that, whether it be our gym or a gym that's in your area. But Joey, thank you so much for coming on the call today. We appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the interview, please share it. Please like it. Please give us a 5-star review. It helps other people find us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.